Inside of this book right here lies the secret for becoming just like this right here. This in my hand is wheat. And you see these right here? These are tares. You want to avoid being like this, and you want to be just like this wheat right here. You see the difference? Now here's what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 13, starting in verse 24. Another parable he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. The problem is that wheat and tares are very hard to tell apart when they're young and growing in the very early stages, but when it's time for the harvest, you can actually tell them apart really easily, just like this. And see, when you take each one of these little grain heads right here and you break them up, you get these right here. These are wheat berries. You see these? None of the tares can produce this kind of fruit. This life-giving berry right here is ground into flour, and this is where your bread comes from. Okay, so let me tie this in. This is what it says in Matthew 13, starting in verse 38. The field is the world. The good seeds are the sons of the kingdom, but the tares are the sons of the wicked one. The enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age. The reapers are the angels. Therefore, as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of this age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all things that offend, and those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. And if you want to become wheat, if you actually want to become wheat, you have to look at 1 John 3:4. It says, whoever commits sin also commits lawlessness, and sin is lawlessness. And when you look up that word, Strong's G458, anomia, it actually means to be absent from God's law, to break God's law. And this is what it means to become wheat. It means to actually go back into covenant with God and actually pay attention to all things that he's written for us in what's called the Torah from Genesis or Deuteronomy. Don't get me wrong. Salvation is the free gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. It's a free gift, but there are secrets of living righteously in order to go back into covenant with God, do things his way, not like Judaism, which is a anti-Messiah religion, not like the traditions of men, but actually just doing what's right in the eyes of God. This is all laid out, all the secrets of living righteously, knowing the time clock of the Most High God, both for prophetic events, but also just for being ready for the return of Christ. Of course, we don't know the day and the hour, but we certainly can know the season, guys. Get Bible prophecy secrets. Understand all the mysteries of prophecy, including the wheat harvest that's about to happen in the end of the age. God bless.